Hey everyone, welcome back to Slay the Princess. We have brought so far 3 different vessels to the Lone Quiet for that mysterious entity, and we're gonna continue doing so today and see where this path is leading. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Even though the narrator really tried to convince us not to do so, try to nudge us in the other direction. We are gambling on this path, and yeah, let's see. Here we go. Alright, we are heading to the cabin for the first time already, so let's continue silently. I think we can skip this part, which we've seen multiple times. Proceed. Enter.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
I'm curious to see her personality this time. Let's see where this is leading. I'm begging you to stay focused, okay? Okay, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
So far, I don't see anything different about her personality, something that I did not see before. She won't say her name, but let's try.
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Princess. What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life.
Her personality so far reminds me of the one that we released and sort of got a happy ending with, and then, of course, the happy ending was cancelled and we got to the Lone Quiet, but she seemed very sweet and the naive version of the princess.
She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
But maybe we'll find out something else.
Or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
Yeah, we've been through this specific dialogue actually. I don't have an option to just try and free her. I think the game led me into a similar princess that I've seen before, but trying to take me through a different route, maybe? Okay, let's keep exploring the answers. Princess is your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten.
Oh.
I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
True that.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Don't know anything about you. If I'm a first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? Yeah, I don't have an option to slay her, so let's just go upstairs and retrieve the blade, I guess?
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
I just hope that I can still get to the Lone Quiet, even though the game kind of forced me not to release her.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Oh!
You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Okay, that is a different side of her, that's for sure. All this time I was trying to release her, so I did not encounter this side of her personality.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade,
It's gonna get intense
and the
now.
world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
I'm so curious now, guys.
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
She gonna destroy us now.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over? She's lost an arm. I'm looking. Let's see if I can try to manipulate my way out of this.
Oh, you coward!
No, I don't think we can.
Ooh, it's getting interesting now.
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
She's lost an arm. I'm locking her down there and letting her bleed out. Let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Close the door behind you.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
She's gonna finish the job, I think. Investigate the arm, come on out. Let's just get this over with, or I'll wait. Let's investigate the arm.
You step forward to investigate the severed limb. A trail of blood leads from its jagged stump into a dark corner of the basement. And then you hear the quiet patter of feet against the floor, and there's suddenly a weight on your shoulders. The princess tears into you. Her teeth and claws are unnaturally sharp, ripping into your shoulders, digging into your throat. You fall to the ground, the princess eagerly tearing at your flesh.
She can be savage if she wants.
The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back.
And we're dead.
This is the end, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Yeah,
Everything goes dark, and you die.
been there before. Okay, yeah, the beast.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I think I just realized something, so I don't think you're supposed to only free the princess in order to get to the long dark. I think no matter which type of strategy you choose, you'll get in some way to the long quiet, not the long dark, the long quiet, sorry, my bad. So that means to get all the different vessels, you need to sometimes try to slay her, sometimes to try to save her. Every different route like this eventually leads to the long quiet in a different way. So you need to unlock all the different ways, to get to the long quiet. And eventually you've unlocked all the paths until you get to the final ending or something of that sort. So I'm guessing no matter which path you choose, it's a very specific way to get to the long quiet, and you need to just unlock all those different paths and routes, I think.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Terrible sense of deja vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
Voice of the hunted. Interesting.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Okay, let's just go to the cabin. We've been through all that.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She will cheat.
We heard that.
Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
So here's something interesting that I also noticed. In every route we take, you got the voice of the narrator, the voice of the hero, and the third voice. The third voice always changing. Why? It's the only voice that changes. Why the voice of the hero always the same? I don't know.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Maybe. Let's go. Oh, let's see how the cabin looks this time. It's always different.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time. Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I'm not sure, but I think there's nothing too special about the cabin this time. Of course, there is the mirror, but... yeah, okay, let's see what's going on inside. Let's go.
The blade is your implement.
Let's enter the basement.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
Yeah, we'll see.
I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call.
Probably not, but I think we can still get to the Long Quiet even if she'll kill us again. Let's see.
The door to the basement creaks
Okay, this is
open,
different.
revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes.
That's really different, and yeah, gives you like a Beast's Lair vibe. I love how they designed the cabin always according to the specific type of princess you're encountering. It's really good.
The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral,
Feral, huh?
impatient, or maybe eager.
Maybe.
You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
The voice acting is so good, by the way. The voice acting is so good.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into
That
the
was a
underbrush,
tail.
dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
I'm curious to see how she looks.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
That's brilliant when you hear... yeah, by the way, that's her face. Jeez. It's brilliant that you can hear the chains without really seeing her. So, that's a brilliant way to scare you. It's
I
good.
can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
A bit arrogant, aren't you?
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
We need to move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been.
Oh my
her
God.
chains rattling across the floor behind her.
She looks like a dragon.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
This is so well directed.
You're faster than you were before, but
You
you're
see?
still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her,
Jeez.
and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit, what do we do?
What do you want? We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? I don't think she will buy that or go along with it, even if I'm sincere. What if we left together? If you could get out of here on your own, wouldn't you have already left? Oh. Let's see what she will respond to that. I'm curious.
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's honest.
At least she's upfront about her intentions.
Yeah, exactly. Stop hiding and show yourself.
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else.
We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive.
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Play dead, survive, stand still. What does survive means? Survive, I'm guessing it's moving to somewhere else. I think I'm gonna play dead.
We're playing dead.
Nah,
It's unexpected. It could work.
maybe.
As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you collapse to the ground, feigning death. She lands directly on top of you with her full weight, nearly crushing you into the dirt, but then... silence. Only broken by the sound of your beating heart.
She heard my
That
heart.
actually worked, didn't it?
Oh,
Only, what do we do to make her leave? Do we just keep playing dead?
yeah, until the long quiet.
She sniffs at you, shifting her weight uncomfortably as her face finds yours. Her breaths are hot and oppressive against your skin.
Have you seen my great big eyes? Because they see you, fledgling. They see your heartbeat pulsing in your throat.
Aha.
Move! Now!
But it's too late for you to move. Her jaw unhinges, and she swallows you whole. I guess that's it then. Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
Oh,
You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous
We're
lining
inside the
constricts
beast.
around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they
oh my
compress
god, that's
in on you.
brilliant.
Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin,
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
Stomach acid devouring me.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles
Wow.
as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She's really enjoying this.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear her chains.
Oh, accidentally skipped it. Sorry. Wait a minute. Thank God I can see this. She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of staining metal, and with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Yikes.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Yikes.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, A nicer cage, but still a prison.
Huh.
I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
So since I want to get her to the Long Quiet, I want her to just go, I think, outside the cabin. Wait a minute, let's explore. Let's see what she'll say if I ask, can you talk to the
I
cabin?
understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
I do wonder why there's always 2 chapters in every route before you are getting to the Long Quiet. Why not just 1? Why only on the 2nd chapter you see the true nature of the new princess that you are facing? I wonder. Okay, fine, you can leave.
Oh, can I?
The click of what you presume to be a door ripples through the
Yeah, I
layers
need
of
you to get to the Long
suffocating flesh.
Quiet.
That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another massive step, and then another, and then,
The narrator is gone. We are at the Long
and
Quiet.
then. It's gone quiet, hasn't it?
We did it! You can feel a churning in the forms around you and then a wet tunneling before you are rejected to a place that is nowhere at all.
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me. How lucky for you. This place is cold.
Here we go. We did it again. For the 1st time. But before you can say anything to her, she's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it?
Okay, approach. We've done this before. No need to explore all the dialogue. We can approach the mirror. We probably got way older.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
I know.
Thing reeks of death.
Voices feel small, distant as you approach. And silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Wow. Look at the hand in the mirror. Really different from our hand. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna survive this. I think once we are done, we are dead as well. We are aging. We are decaying. Find yourself in the Long Quiet yet again. Proceed. At the cabin. Approach.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the Long Quiet. We're supposed to be there.
That's your goal? To reach the world beyond the Long Quiet?
Do you know what we'll find out there?
No. Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me? Okay, let's just explore a lot of details as much as we can. Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
That's deep. Deep philosophical thought. That's cool. Yeah, so just the idea of you thinking of something or thinking of nothing means that it is a contrast to something. So as long as there is something, nothing can't exist. That's deep stuff. That's deep stuff. What's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
Word. Thoughts on the vessel?
This one is consumed by instinct. A predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart.
Yeah, I think I agree.
She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice.
Sounds like her.
Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
That's what you keep saying. I guess we'll see. Let's see, how many more do I need to bring you? Oh, wait a minute, there's something about the narrator? What? When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? I have the vessel's head one. Oh, she won't know probably, but that's an interesting question. Also, it explains to me that the other voices are part of me. I know different sides of the personality of the protagonist. So it says, there are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. Only the narrator is something else.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
I don't know. He does, but I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him.
There's no need for you to know what you are going to do before you do it. If you find him, remember that I'll be waiting for you on the other side.
Is the game kind of trying to tell me that at one point I'll have to choose between this entity and the narrator? How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
That's it, the last one! Oh my god, guys, I think we're reaching the end of the game? If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you? She usually doesn't have preferences. If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back, I'm just going to stay here. No, I think we want to try and explore that ending of completion. Anything specific you want? Probably not.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
So interesting. Let's try this option. There's trees and stars, and there are people. I think at least there are supposed to be people. Beyond the long quiet. Let's see what answer she'll have.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
So yeah, I think I already know by now that the protagonist is definitely no human. We see that in the mirror all the time. We see his claws. So I'm guessing the entity and the protagonist, they're immortal. I think I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Oh, I'm so curious.
I will be here, waiting for you.
I'm so curious. Everything goes dark and you die. This is it, the last vessel, guys. Whew. The Hero and the Princess, Chapter 1. Let's skip. To the cabin. I'm curious. Go. This time I have to take the blade. Probably this is an ending I did not explore
You take the
with the
blade.
Go. I'm so curious.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors.
This one again.
Come on down.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it or tighten your grip. Okay, I'll drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you, maybe now we can just talk. We'll see.
Against your better judgment, you step will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here.
Okay,
but
we've seen
So
that
here we
before.
are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Okay, Okay, I think I've asked all those questions before, so let's just continue. We've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what
you know why you're here.
Wait a minute. I don't know. Slay the princess, I'm getting you out of here. I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Okay, I'm going through this again. If there isn't the key, do you have any ideas? I'm going to check.
I'll be here.
Let's
You-
do it
someone-
again. We've done that before. Return.
You make your way easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down. The knife. Pick it up and...
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay, save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you cut.
We've done
You
this
cut.
before.
The blade is sharp. She didn't so much as utter. Free from her. How is she?
Thank you.
Okay, approach.
No, we won't have any of that.
Now, yeah, they will try to do it.
This is watch.
And... Oh, I still have the option to warn her. Alright.
Stop that.
This time I don't have the option to resist, and that's how I unlock a different ending. Now I'll use Slay the Princess, and it will unlock a different path. Got it. I did this path of resist, so now they marked it out so I can go through a different path and unlock a fifth princess / vessel.
Thank you.
I see how it works. Cool.
You swing your arm towards her throat, the blade singing through the air. But she's ready for it. She
She's
grabs
good.
your arm, her grip like a stone vice. You drop the blade.
Oh,
Pathetically.
savage!
She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker. There's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly
Nice
certain
punch,
you can feel
Rocky.
bone grinding against bone where she fractured your jaw, but your body isn't allowing you to feel much right now. Adrenaline coursing through your system and numbing your nerves. You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your trembling arms up to defend yourself before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel
Yikes.
bones shatter with every impact. Unknown ruptures.
She
blossoming
is such a
with blood
badass.
Somewhere inside of you.
How did you learn to fight like that?
You poor thing. I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery.
Have fun?
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think
Oh
her
my
slight
God.
form could possibly possess.
The description is very graphic.
It can't just end like this.
I am afraid we are dead.
I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything
Alright.
goes dark, and you die.
Let's go chapter 2. This time, ooh, the tower.
You're on a path.
This is it, the
in
last
woods,
chapter before we are
and
seeing
at the end of that path
the
is a
entity
cabin.
for the last time.
And in the basement of that cabin, you're here to slay her.
Proceed. We've done this.
A warning. She will lie. We might as well just
The
pledge
broken.
ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Wow. Sounds like it's broken.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist.
Well, you are.
I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone. yourself included.
Okay, okay.
If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what
Proceed.
you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
That's the most broken voice I've heard.
The interior of the cabin
Wow,
is larger and more
that's
grandiose
cool.
than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small?
That's a huge tower.
We don't feel small. We are small.
Oh my god, they're broken. Alright, enter the
No blade
basement.
this time. Yeah. Maybe she'll be more receptive if we're unarmed.
Oh, the music. Wow.
Blade, no blade. It doesn't matter. The door to the
Oh my
basement
god, that's so
creaks
cool.
open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
Really?
This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
That's a cool voice.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming.
Disturbing,
She
but
wasn't
it's
like
kind of
this
cool.
last time. You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Let's go.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers
Oh
over,
wow, that's so awesome.
almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her
Galadriel?
long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
I'm impressed.
I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet.
Now you make me want to do that.
And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Kneel.
No, I'm good.
But the words don't leave your mouth. Instead,
Huh.
your legs buckle and your knees hit the floor.
Even though I chose no, I kneeled. I see.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
I guess I have no choice.
Last time we met, you tried to kill me. And yet here you are again.
Yeah.
This time groveling at my feet. What a wretched sight.
She's
What
having fun.
draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met, nobody should have met her before this. You should be the first. You're the only one I trust to deal with her.
Narrator, this is the 5th time. You know we've seen her before. Come on.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us. There was nothing we could do to stop her then.
She's the
There's
broken.
nothing we can do to stop her now.
He's being melodramatic, but yeah, we've
A
been
bit.
here before and she absolutely destroyed us.
That's also
What are we
true.
even supposed to do to stop her? That's worrying. Whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
No, I won't tell you. Remain silent. Yeah, remain silent.
Do you think holding shut your beak is enough to stop me from prying it open? Do you think your skull can save your thoughts from being seen?
Well, I guess not. You're scary.
Can she do that? There's nothing she can't do.
Confused, meek, a chorus of submissive indecision. Is that why you came to me unarmed? It doesn't matter. All of it is easily brushed aside. And
Jeez.
there it is. I am destined to end the world.
Oh, this is the first time she addresses that.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing
Wow,
else for us
that
to
was,
do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
Maybe she'll be nice to us. Okay, this is the first time a princess addresses the fact that she's going to end the world, so now it makes me think that maybe I should have not done that. Get all the vessels to the entity, but at the same time, once the vessels are with the entity, they don't exist anymore. They exist, but as part of the entity, and it doesn't matter what she says now, it won't be the same thing after we'll get a vessel to the entity. So I guess, yeah, the entity won't claim she wants to end the world. We don't know what the entity, she might, but we don't really know what the entity will want once she'll get all the vessels. Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. Oh, I know she won't, be convinced, but just to explore this option, I think it will be interesting to see what she says. She's probably gonna laugh.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
That was a mouthful. Okay, I guess I need to choose this.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
No, you're not.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
Alright.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
I didn't have another option. All the other options was just to explore some answers.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you?
Yeah, about the narrator.
It's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
That's interesting, guys. We are seeing things in this last route we did not see before that really make me question my decision of cooperate with the entity. I'm still gonna do it and explore. Maybe that's how you unlock a good ending, I'm not sure, but first of all, she addresses the fact that she's going to end the world. This is the first time she admits it. Second, she actually talks about the narrator. He was a person, now he's an echo, now he's just a voice. I'm shocked.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
What's happening?
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Now the voice of the narrator and the princess is united.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
And what if I don't believe? What happens then? It's over, I'm sorry, and break the chains. Okay, let's see, just for the exploration of it, even though I only have one action to take, break the chains, but let's see if I'll ask it what happens then.
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart. It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever.
That's what you think?
Please, don't do this.
I have to, it's over, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have only one option to break the chains, so here we go.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Here we go. But we made it eventually to the Lone Quiet again. However, this path was so confusing to me. Why only in this path she addresses so many things she did not address before? The fact that she wants to end the world, the fact that the narrator was a person and now is a voice. Why only now? I mean, here's my question. If this is the last route as it looks like, I get it. They kinda building something up towards the ending. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there's an option to get to this route earlier in the game, not as your final route. If you'll get to that part where you try to stab and then resist, instead of resisting you slay the princess, that's how you get to the tower. Unless you cannot get to the tower before, only now. Maybe you cannot get to the tower, only as the last part. Alright, anyways, you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where is that?
Here we go. The mirror, again. Approach. Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. I don't want to look at us.
Voices feel small. Distance, you approach. Gaze. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. That's it. They're gone. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Looks like a crow. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
The narrator! Oh my god, this is so interesting. Okay, first of all, let's save. This is the end of the game. Maybe there are multiple routes you can take here, so maybe I will want to reload later. A crack. I cannot believe we heard the narrator this time. The crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. I see some eyes and... Wow, okay. This is important. Let's go over everything we can. There is an option to destroy the mirror, but first let's try and get some answers. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions. First of all, I have so many questions for you, just for you to know.
Then ask them, and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me.
Oh, because I can see you're dying? Oh, okay. I think we have a limited time. What is this place? Where are we? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world.
you can still slay her.
Oh. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
I'm an echo, like one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. The narrator created me. Others like you've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different? If I'll stop asking, will it help?
We've already crossed the point of no return.
Yeah, I thought so.
There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
So others like you. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design.
Oh, it was intentional.
This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
The awakening. The awakening the entity talked about. Maybe I should attack the entity instead? The entire route, the entire way, it was me trying to gamble on getting all the vessels to the entity and see what happens. But maybe this narrator or multiple narrators created me to end the entity, but I'm not sure. Why wouldn't he tell me that? Why only now he's being more open? After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? What? Do you have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Let's see, more questions, and I think I have limited questions. The people out there beyond the walls of Construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them? So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility.
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
Huh.
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Can you? If you want me to slay her, I need to know what she is exactly.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
I don't understand what she is. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die. She becomes that which others perceive her to be, but an echo perceives things Not in the way that people... I don't understand what it means.
So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Like I said, this isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
I'm so confused. What would it be like to live in a world without her? Let's see what else we got. What if neither of us leave this place? Does that work?
It wouldn't work. Her nature as the shifting mound makes it so nothing can last forever as it is now. It wouldn't matter how long the two of you waited. Eventually she would find a way to leave, and then everything would change. Everything would face oblivion. And until then, the clock ticks on.
Damn. How am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept?
With some amount of difficulty. But you're an abstract concept yourself. It would have been preferable if you had destroyed her within the confines of the construct, but when I shaped the two of you, I made sure that you were strong enough to see things through.
Okay. I think you're out of time. That's it. I think we don't have any more questions. Say nothing and watch him. And wait a minute. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Lie. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this. I haven't decided yet.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
I don't. Wow. For the first time, I felt like he's being more honest and really letting me know some details, which makes me more empathetic towards what he has to say for the first time. So now it makes me consider really slaying her, but I'm not sure. I do consider it for the first time really seriously, but still I'm not sure. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Because even though he was more honest and gave me more details, I still don't understand what she is exactly. Would she really destroy the world? Or maybe those changes, she's the meaning of transformation, maybe it's something natural. Maybe that's the path of how the world works. For example, I'll give you another philosophical example, the Matrix. So in the second Matrix, Neo talks to the architect, and the architect says, we're gonna destroy Zion, and then we're gonna pick few people to recreate Zion again. That's the loop that needs to exist for the human race to not extinct. However, it's some sort of a lie, because you're killing them and then you're reproducing them artificially in a way. So that's not really existing. This is a very artificial loop, and that's not real life. Everybody is living in a lie. So what if I'll slay the princess and the world won't end, but somehow some sort of a loop will continue to exist? What if by slaying her, by letting her leave, I let the natural changes of the world take place, the natural transformation? Does that make sense? I don't know. Let's see what she has to say. I'll have to make a choice real soon. There are just still so many questions. I mean, what she's gonna do? Is she really just gonna cause everyone to die around her and that is it, and then it's over, only her existing, that's it? That's the awakening? If that's the case, then sure, we want to slay her. But maybe it's more complicated than that. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like the narrator has a point. Since for the first time he was a bit more honest, I'm starting to feel more empathetic towards what he had to say. But still, I'm not sure. Oh my god. That's mind-blowing. So, as the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with a newfound clarity. You are the lone quiet, a vast and ascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you? We are the lone quiet? This is all us? Proceed to the cabin one last time? When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to, there is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I can hear the princess herself, I think. The one from the cabin, not the entity. Or maybe their voices are similar, but... Okay, we need to save now. That's the moment of the big decision. I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the lone quiet, but I don't really know what that means. What happens now? Yeah, that's what I want to ask. I'm the lone quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What are you? Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What am I supposed to believe? What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
In a way, huh?
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I don't know. Guys, please let me know. At this point, if any of you play this game or you've watched the playthrough, did you know what you need to do here? What is the right choice? Is there a right choice or maybe just preference? Will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning, or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Again, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? That's what I'm afraid of. Are we preventing death completely? Because death is part of life. It's normal, it's sad, but it's part of life. Or we're not just, by destroying her, we're not just avoiding random death. We are avoiding death of everything, the destruction of the world. Let's see if more questions will help me understand. So the choices I have, we have questions to ask. Exploration, we need to ask those. But eventually, after I explored everything, I have those options. I told you what was going to happen when we reached this point. Slay the princess, or slay the princess, or I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. I think we're gonna try all those options maybe, but let's see. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice. So true.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. You are nothing, a black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts, a dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark.
Huh. She's actually taking the initiative and attacking us.
When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope because we know it to be hope.
So here's the thing. I think by asking the last question, the game really, for the first time, handed me the answer. Tried to help me because it figures how lost I am. And it kind of demonstrates her true nature and kind of telling me, yeah, you better slay her. If I'm right, I'm kind of upset that I was not able to pick on that by myself. I did not know that. You know? Maybe if you pay attention, maybe if you're very focused on some details, you can understand what you need to do before asking that. Maybe I should have figured it out. But let's see what options do we have now. Address the vessel statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. Speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Reject her authority. You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here. I miss when that was you. Submitting to you was a mistake. I would have to destroy you if I know what you are. You're consumed by your own ego. I feel like submitting to her was a mistake.
You knew what I was then, just as you know what I am now. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring. But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There is a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things. A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
I won't engage with violence.
But
Reject.
violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear. Behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move and yet we both don't, for each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time.
But forever is not forever. I move and you react and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time.
Change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
Continue to reject her perspective. It doesn't matter how I feel. Death, suffering, and oblivion shouldn't fall on others. If we are able to transcend death, then we are responsible for those it holds captive. I like this option. Let's see what else we got. I get this, there's no need for us to keep fighting. No. This is what I'm choosing. Hopefully it's the right option. Continue to reject her perspective. It doesn't matter how I feel. Death, suffering, and oblivion shouldn't fall on others. If we are able to transcend death, then we are responsible for those it holds captive. Exactly.
The echo saw horrors because his eyes were closed. The majesty of being extends beyond any single perspective. Your little heart drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever, consumed by true belief there was nothing that could hold us back.
I feel like I want to continue and reject. Suffering, burn in delusion is still suffering. It doesn't matter what we are now. We hurt each other and we shouldn't have done that. We cannot let a world be spun out of that pain. This specific princess was, you remember the princess that was kinder? This is the one that just talked. Makes me think, what if I'll try to appeal to our shared humanity? Maybe there's some humanity within her that I can strengthen, and then it will overcome her violent nature, and by that getting a better ending. Let's see what this option means, to appeal to her humanity. I'm kind of fear that I'm being naive here just for thinking that this option might work, but let's see what it says. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Let's see if it will do something.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me. Such clever things to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
Continue to appeal to your shared humanity. I think I'm gonna try and appeal. Guys, I think I may be going towards the best options here. Maybe instead of slaying her, which is what the narrator wants, or maybe just help her awakening, there's a third and better option. Let's gamble on that. I have no idea. Let's see what it does. Continue to appeal to your shared humanity. This has always just been about us, two people forced to hurt each other again and again and again, but we don't have to hurt each other anymore. Let's see, I'm so naive, huh? But I'll try.
You cling to your notion of pain is suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict.
As the clash between you abates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Okay, new options. Let's see the options. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. I like the last option. Again, maybe naive of me, but you've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. Let's see.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
The hero! I'm trying to get to the best outcome. Not to slay her and not get everyone dead. To save everybody, that's what I'm trying to do. But that's kind of makes me think maybe I'm too naive, but let's try. We can always reload, right? Which hero are you? You have no idea how good it is to hear you. Yeah, I kind of want to say that. I've been fighting her alone without knowing what I'm doing. What I know for sure, okay, I do know something for sure. If I'm just going away with her, letting what she wants right now happen, then everyone dies. I know for a fact that this is bad. This is bad. What I'm trying to see is if I can prevent it without slaying her. Like get the best outcome. Save everyone and also avoid slaying the princess. Because she does have humanity within her, so I'm trying to strengthen her humanity and kinda reduce or eliminate her needs for violence and all that. Her selfish desire. If possible. You have no idea how good it is to heal you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence.
Exactly, I'm trying to get through to her instead of slaying her. He gets me, the hero gets me.
There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
You can do that?
It's time to resume our dance.
No, wait a minute, I'm getting through something here.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Yeah, trust the hero. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Let's go.
What? What's happening?
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess
Wow.
it's a little after that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you need me to describe things?
I'd like for all time's sake. Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin? Yeah, for all time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is...
Oh, you're gonna say
it's a
that. Okay, I
cabin,
see.
yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Yet another save. Yeah, the hero nails it right now. He got exactly where I'm standing and what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to find some middle ground to get sort of a perfect ending. It may be a very naive approach, and maybe I'm gonna lose because of that, but just the fact that there is this option in the game makes me feel like it's possible. However, it tells me if things go south, we're gonna need the blade. I think if I'm gonna take the blade, it will be more difficult to convince her that I want the best for all of us. I'm gonna not take the blade.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
I did say we can reload, so...
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here?
Yeah, I do.
The first time we heard her voice?
Yeah.
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
I'm going for the center. I disagree. I think it does exist. Maybe.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Now she knows.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. It's so good to finally see her again. I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you. I don't think I want to be a god. Are you the same? You're out there. Which princess are you? So now that we are here, at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name? What if we just leave? I'm afraid she will destroy the world. Wait a minute. Let's try to appeal to her. I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
The first time we met, I cut your throat open. If anyone should be apologizing for anything, it should be me. You're only trying to help.
She remembers.
You know, when she puts it like that...
None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
Let's be nice because she's being nice. It's good to see her again.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
She sounds way more reasonable this time. Maybe it is possible, guys, to appeal to her and all that. To get a better ending. I don't want to be a god, that's for sure.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
Huh. Good one. Now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much.
Alright, fair enough.
But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
Yeah. What do you think of what she wants us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist?
That's the question. I'm trying to allow her to exist without letting her killing everyone. The center that she says doesn't exist.
I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And I don't want to be her, if that's what you're asking. I think I just want to be me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
I think this is the princess that I like the most so far in the game. She's the most reasonable. She has kindness to her, but she's not naive. She's smart and all that. So, yeah, I hope it can work out and I'm not being a fool here. The game really got me into a paranoid state. But yeah, let's see if we can make it out of here alive without killing everybody. So, are you the same as you were before?
I don't know.
No, sorry, as you were out there.
I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
Which princess are you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
Yeah, I guess. What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
I don't know. Take her hand in yours. I don't know, but I've always wanted to live with you. Just didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are. Just you and me. Not knowing what it means is why I meant it. We know everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this. Doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is that we're living together. I'm gonna gamble on it. Let's gamble on love. Take her hand. Maybe by reunite those two, we can get to the center that I hoped for. Let's gamble on love. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We know everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this. That's a nice option. It doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is that we're living together. That's all I want. That's freaking beautiful.
You know what? Yeah, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you going to be okay alone? Thanks for everything. Are you sure you don't want to come? I think I want to thank him first of all.
Don't mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
Leave with the princess. Hand clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. Let's wish for good things to happen, and we did not make a big mistake. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. Carefully, I'm being optimistic here. Carefully, because we did not slay the princess, and also we did not live with her. We are living with this princess, but we did not live with the entity. So she won't be able to proceed with her violent plans, so wishful thinking. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. That's poetic, I love it. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel her hand tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no power to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with her.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there.
Me neither.
Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Man, I'm getting emotional here. I love you. Oh, that's beautiful. What's going to happen? Are you ready? We're gambling on love. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. What is this?
But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
Yeah, I know. Same here. Whatever it is, you'll face it together. This is the ending. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm speechless. I think, guys, this is one of the most beautiful love stories I've read, I've played/read in a long time. It is beautiful because all the darkness and all the horror around it. Then the love story within this game, it's basically more powerful because it overcomes so many bad things that you've encountered along the way. I should say it's a very abstract... Oh, wait a minute. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's this track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. What? Thank you. Thank you for this. I appreciate it. Took a screenshot. Wow, guys, I don't feel like I need to explore other endings. I mean, over time, after I'll take a little break, probably I'll watch it on YouTube or something, but I'm so satisfied with the ending we got. It was so beautiful and heartwarming within all the chaos that is happening in this universe they created. And I think it's such a brilliant love story. I'm guessing it's not for everyone because the fact that it is so abstract and some people may need or may want some more solid or more realistic answers, but I think it's totally okay. It's an abstract love story, and that's what makes it so special and beautiful. It's just breathtaking. And here's something I did think along the way, and I did not share with you through many moments in this game. Especially when reaching that entity at the end of every chapter at the Long Quiet. Every time I had sort of a feeling that maybe we are forming some sort of a bond with the princess, but I was afraid to say it out loud because I was afraid to sound like stupid or naive, like with all this madness and them killing each other and slaying each other. How can I think something like that? So it was an inner thought, and I kind of set it aside. I thought to myself, nah, it's too optimistic. But as we reached the end game, the final act, it kind of became clear to me. There is a reason I cannot decide what to do. Throughout the entire game, at the early stages, it's pretty clear because you don't know the details. But as you are getting more and more deeper into the game, I still did not decide if I want to go with a narrator approach or with a entities approach, right? And I kind of struggled with the fact that I cannot decide even now until the very last moments. And that's when it became clear to me that there's gotta be a third option, something that I will feel more comfortable to do. And I think by not taking the approach of the entity and just going away with the entity herself and letting her violent nature erupt, and also by not slaying her, we did two things. We did prevent the death of everything, and we did keep the core within her, the princess herself, alive by not slaying her, and by that reaching a third option, which is such a beautiful ending. You know, it may be cheesy and all that, but a good love story is not a love story that, follow the very, I'd say, obvious path. This love story going through a very different, a very weird but special and unique path to shared experience of the protagonist and the princess, and how their sort of connection is created and how this bond came to be. So I'd say there is no like very clear story here. It's very abstract, but within all the chaos, the amount of comfort it gives you right there at the end, just by saying I love you, and she says I love you too. And it was very surprising that they gave you this option, but at the same time, it felt to me like that's a fitting option, and I immediately chose that. And it made it just so beautiful, and I loved it. So very beautiful love story, very unique, dark at times, but that's why the ending was so comforting. You know, I did not expect a good ending here. I expected answers at the end, but eventually I was more satisfied with the ending I got, even though I'd say we got a lot of answers, but definitely not all the answers. Still, The Long Quiet, it's still not something that I can really explain what it is. So I'm trying to say that I did not get all the answers. Yet, I'm so satisfied with the ending. I don't feel like I need to explore the other endings, but I will, however, over time, probably watch it on YouTube or something, because the ending was just great for me. I loved it. And there it is. Such an amazing indie game. So creative. So well written, lovely music, incredible voice acting. That's good stuff. I hope you enjoyed this one as well, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.